Good evening, and thank you for joining me here again. Tonight we're going to be discussing the rights of women and the obligations of men around those rights. This video is intended for both men and women. However, I intend to address the men in the audience more than the women. Women tend to understand what their rights are, but all too often men disregard those rights, so I wanted to spell it out so there's no ambiguity. We will likely need to address this again in the future, but for now I just wanted to give you a primer so we can get started on it. First and foremost, men and women are equal. We tend to have different qualities, different strengths, different weaknesses, but make no mistake about it, men and women are equal. For every example people throw out about how men are better, there is another example where men have a weakness, where women tend to have a strength. We're complementary. It's the nature of our species. And this whole thing works out a lot better if we use our strengths to cover up others' weaknesses. For instance, I can unscrew any stuck lid. I can move any piece of heavy furniture. I can do a lot of things, but I have a hard time explaining to the customer service rep why it is that I'm upset. There's no fault in admitting that, or in sticking to what you're good at and relying on your partner for what they're good at, but it has to be a partnership. It has to be a two-way street. You can't expect someone to meet all of your needs when you aren't putting in any effort yourself. And I hear this a lot. Well, I'm the one working full time, so why aren't all the chores done when I get home? Well, maybe she needs help with the chores. Maybe she needs you to make things easier on her. Maybe she's stressed out because you're always in a bad mood when you get home. Maybe you pressured her into staying at home when she'd rather be working. A woman's place is in the kitchen, but only if she wants to. If you try and force her or have it in your head that she's your servant, then her place is going to be divorce court, and that's her right. Her place is wherever she says it is. Her money is her own. She deserves to not be subjugated by you. She deserves autonomy. And that's the term you're going to continue to hear from me, autonomy. Her soul deserves to breathe free because she is a member of the human race, and she has the right to pursue that and to pursue her happiness. And if she isn't getting that from you, then she has the right to leave. And you have to respect that right. You can't hold money over her head or hold power over her, because that isn't what a partnership is. That is not cooperation. That's abuse. And if you are in a situation like that, recognize that that is not all right. That is not normal. That is not okay. That is abuse. And you should seek to change things. And the final point that I wanted to bring up is that you are clothing for your partner, and your partner is clothing for you. Now, what does that word mean, clothing? Clothing serves a number of different purposes. Clothing protects you. Example would be a winter coat, protects you from the cold. It supports you, like a belt or a bra. It covers up your faults, like a baggy shirt would cover up a gut. And this is how you should be to each other. You protect your partner and stand up when someone's saying something hurtful about them or to them. You protect your partner when you see that they're in trouble. If they're having a moment of weakness, you need to be there to support them. Because if you're strong when they're weak, you cover them up and you be strong for them in their stead. And you don't hold any of these things over your partner. Because they should be doing the exact same thing for you. And if they aren't, you need to talk to them and explain your needs and explain that they aren't being met, and do your best to not be judgmental about it. It's a cliche, but it's a true one. You attract more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. And if you go to your partner and you have an open and honest discussion with them about how you feel that your needs aren't being met, and you don't do it in an accusatory way, you're going to have a lot better chance for success with that. You're going to have a lot happier life because you're honest with them and you're honest with yourself, and you express what it is that you need. And if they don't meet those needs and they continue to neglect that, then you need to start looking at the big picture a little bit more, and perhaps maybe start to find a way out of that. Anyway, that's all that I have for now. But like I said, I would like to discuss this again further in the future. Please like, subscribe, and interact conscientiously in the comments section below. May peace and blessings be on you and those you love. Good night.